exhibition starts with very familiar visual territory, I think. In Adriana Pelliano's digital collages, we see John Tenniel's original illustrations. She's appropriated them and used them very differently, but it's familiar imagery that visitors know and immediately are able to engage with. So as the visitor continues through the exhibition and descends the gallery stairs, we have tried to make it feel almost as if they're tumbling down the rabbit hole with Alice, because of course the O3 gallery is a very unusual grey-walled circular space, and it's possible to think of it as a rabbit hole in itself. So we see this most overtly through Elena Callas's photographs, where we can actually see Alice sort of falling in really quite a traditional way. It's at that point, I think, that the familiar imagery pauses a little bit as we tumble into Wonderland itself. We've tried to make the lower part of the gallery the Wonderland environment, which we've done with a specially commissioned piece by Lisa Busby, who's a lecturer at Goldsmiths University. Through Lisa Busby's work, I wrote Alice Thomas's story. We start to feel a shift in Wonderland and our experience of it. So I think it's fair to say that Lisa's installation has a strange, slightly adult, possibly darker feel. We really feel a contemporary sense of surrealism within that piece.
But I'd also say that the fact of it being an installation and a performance piece means that it is an immersive art piece.
Yes.
And that in some ways signifies the individual's complete immersion in Wonderland. So you reach the bottom of the stairs and you're in Wonderland.
Yeah.
And you're surrounded by the objects and the colour and the movement and
the
sounds
soundscape,
of Wonderland.
Yeah. So as the exhibition continues into its second half, we start to see Alice in ways that we were never able to in the original story. So Katarzyna Wydmanska's photographs show Alice as a very much empowered young woman. In her first piece, she's caught the rabbit, which never happens in the original text. And it's really an assertive, even say aggressive Alice, which is perhaps hinted towards in the book, certainly the second book, but is never really allowed to develop, and that's what we have done with this exhibition.
In the figure of Alice, there is a dual impetus, which we try to sort of tease out and develop in the curatorial thread of the exhibition. On the one hand, you have Alice as object, Alice as the object of Lewis Carroll's photographs, Alice, the character of Alice in the text as a cipher for the Victorian little girl, and whatever Carroll sort of invests in that sort of idea, that paradigm of the Victorian child. So Alice is, in that sense, a character for whom things happen, things are imposed on, ideas are imposed on, people interpret her according to their own means. She doesn't assert herself. Then you have the idea of Alice as a subjective character, as a subjective entity, which in the text is positive but constantly challenged and threatened. You have the caterpillar saying, "Who are you?" Alice, through the looking glass, wonders whether or not she's merely a manifestation of the Red King's dream phantasmagoric landscape. So in this exhibition we're toying with Alice as the object and Alice as the subject, and I think at the end of the exhibition we reach the conclusion where Alice has to define herself subjectively. One of the reasons why we chose women artists was to narrow the gap between the artist and the character of Alice, and where the artist try and inhabit the identity of Alice, and thereby conjure the lacking or the threatened precarious subjectivity of the text.